Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV, and it's time for an update and quarterly numbers from OceanaGold. OceanaGold is a mid-tier gold producer and just released their quarterly production results. Michael Holmes was newly appointed as President and Chief Executive Officer following nearly 8 years as COO, meaning Chief Operating Officer. The company had a lot of success in falling total recordable injury frequency rates down to 3 per million hours worked, compared to 3.6 per million hours worked at the end of 2019. They have no confirmed COVID-19 cases so far through their strict health and security protocols. The consolidated gold and silver production stood at 80,707 ounces and 54,134 ounces for silver respectively. The consolidated all-in sustaining costs were $1,218 per ounce and cash costs at $802 per ounce on gold sales of 91,388 ounces. OceanaGold increased their liquidity mainly through the advanced gold sales, netting approximately $79 million and full drawdown of the revolving credit facility, exiting the quarter with $177 million in cash. Fantastic is also the year-on-year increase in measured and indicated resources of 800,000 ounces and additional inferred resources of 700,000 ounces, both net of mining depletion, showing very successful exploration the company did in 2019 and 2020. Important is the full resumption of operation at Macraes and the continued development of the Martha underground with COVID-19 safeguards in place. The full year 2020 guidance is reaffirmed. At Hale, they had another quarter of continued mining performance with 13 out of the 15 Komatsu 730E hole trucks in operation, and with the start of Q2 now, all 15 in operation back. The material mined increased by 124% versus the Q1 2019 and is still 8% higher than in Q4 2019. Important to note is the decrease in mining unit costs by 46% versus the Q1 2019 and still by 5% versus the Q4 2019. Mill feed increased despite an extended planned shutdown for maintenance, and recoveries are in line with grades, and the company expects to improve this further during 2020. OceanaGold expects the half 2 production to be 2/3 of total production with lower AISC, and to be Q4 the highest quarter for production and lowest AISC. At Macraes decreased the production on lower grades sourced from Coronation Stage 5, and the Q2 production is expected to be lower than in Q1, and Q3 expected to be similar to Q1. Finally, and that's important, for Q4 they expect this to be the highest quarter of production with lower AISC. Despite the zero-cost collar hedges, Macraes is expected to generate very strong free cash flows, and the Golden Point underground study is expected in the second half of 2020. At Waihi, they completed the mining of the main zones at Corenso before shutting the processing plant in February ahead of the COVID restrictions. Batch processing of ore from narrow vein mining is expected in Q4 20, with 7,000 to 8,000 ounces expected in Q4. The Martha underground development restarted, and despite the need to ramp up, they expect first production in Q2 2021. The Waihi district study is nearing completion but could be announced in Q3 20 with more drilling ahead of them. Finally, Didipio showed sales of exported doré bars on 6 March. The Philippines remain on lockdown. However, the government is easing restriction in some provinces, including theirs on Luzon. The renewal remains with the office of the president, and the government has been focused on the COVID crisis, thus slowing down the momentum they had in March. A positive sign is that the Philippine government facilitated the delivery of 100,000 liters of diesel fuel to Didipio on 6 April. Ladies and gentlemen, those are good numbers from OceanaGold, and we think the turnaround is going well. The company is cash strong, rises their reserves and resources, and is developing future production. A big catalyst would be the restart of Didipio for sure. The stock price started already to anticipate this. The point and figure chart looks positive too. A real buy signal is created above $2.75 Canadian with a first target of $4 Canadian, and then the old tops at $4.75 to $5 Canadian are very likely. OceanaGold is low risk with very nice potential. I'm a shareholder of the company, of course, and guys, I would suggest check it out. Thanks for watching us, and bye bye from Switzerland.